Welcome back to Random City Sports Ballers. Fantasy football season is on us, and we are about to start in our second draft of the season. For our first draft, I got the first overall pick, and surprise, surprise, I took Jahmyr Gibbs because I love Detroit, and ended up with a pretty good team. I paid no attention to what the AI tells you about your team. That's all just a bunch of hooey that I don't know why they make that. But anyways, so this time though, we had first in our pick in our first draft. This time we are number 9. Oh, gross. 9's a tough spot to draft from. Those end of the draft. Oh, I don't care for it. But the good news when you're at the either end of the draft is you've got picks that are very close together. Now, I don't have that sweet back-to-back pick that the number 10 pick has, but at least I don't have to wait a long time. You know, I mean, I get to pick, and then I only have to wait 2 picks to get back to me. So it's a kind of easy to manage from there. All right, Jahmyr Gibbs went number 1 overall, and then Bijan Robinson went number 2. Very expected. I've heard tell of folks going with the receiver. There went Jamar Chase with the 3rd pick. And 4th pick, I don't know what I would do here. Nakua, McCaffrey. It's just up to the person. But Puka Nakua, man, I really think that I do like Nakua. What did he do last year for overall points? Let's take a look here. He had 310 points on the season, 129 catches, 1,715 yards, 10 receiving touchdowns because Devontae Adams was just swallowing up all the touchdowns. It looks like Blitz Zone Andrew is going to be taking Nakua because you see this little arrow in the circles. That means he's on auto draft. Ouch. See, that's the whole thing. If you're going to listen to the AI about your team, you might as well let it auto draft. Because if you think the AI summary of your team is anything but... okay. So that was Achane, then McCaffrey, then Nakua. So that was a little bit of a surprise. Just a tiny bit surprising. Okay, Fuck You. Fuck You was in our draft, our first draft, and they put together a decent team. They took CeeDee Lamb, James Cook, excuse me. They took James Cook, which I think he may have taken James Cook yesterday. I don't know. I'll have to take a look back at that, but it doesn't matter. And then goes Jackson Smith and Jigba, and it is my turn, and I am going to take Jonathan Taylor. Because, quality running backs will fall off, and he's the guy. So let's go ahead and take Jonathan Taylor. Anyways, that leaves for, let's see, Diamond Dog. Back-to-back picks. All right, that was kind of a good pick there. Amon-Ra St. Brown, but what you do with your other one, buddy? Drake London, wow, man, they really anticipate him having a pickup for a year. All right, so there went Brock Bowers with his 2nd pick. Now, I've noticed at this part of the draft, let me show you something on wide receivers. Okay, wide receivers, when we get back to my next pick, which would be around pick 40 or somewhere in there, I may be able to grab a Chris Olave, a Rashee Rice. It's going to be questionable. So I really do like looking at wide receivers here at the end of the draft when you are this number 9 position. But I mean, Barkley, Genty, Walker, Brown. If Achane was there, I would just no-brainer. I would take Achane. But let's take a look at these wide receivers again. Lamb, I don't know. Jefferson, London, not worth it to me. Pickens would be the first one I'd want to take. So, all right, running back it is. We'll take Barkley. I did not take Barkley. I took CeeDee Lamb. I didn't get in a... Oh, that's my fault, guys. This new system where you hit the things, it's arg. Okay, well, That's fine. I'll have CeeDee Lamb, I suppose. Barkley gives up touchdowns to his quarterback. After that went Genty, Henry, and then Barkley. And Genty, he could have a great second year, couldn't he? But CeeDee Lamb, guys, CeeDee Lamb is not problematic for me. I really don't have a problem with CeeDee Lamb this year. His production should go up. I mean, George Pickens, I'm talking about an Alvin Harper, Michael Irving situation. So don't be afraid to take a CeeDee Lamb. Just be aware he's not the CeeDee Lamb of 3 years ago. It's a little different story for him now. All right, so there went Walker, Chase Brown, Justin Jefferson, Omarion Hampton. I don't know what to think of Hampton. I don't hate Hampton. I like Hampton. But second year. Nico Collins goes number 20. All right, fellas. I'm going to get back to you when it gets back to my pick. There is no reason for me to just talk throughout all these picks. I'm just going to show you what my draft looks like and how it finishes out. So anyways, there went Kyren Williams with number 21 pick. So we're almost at my pick, fellas. Jalen Waddle right here heading to Denver might be a nice pick, but McLaurin is here, Devontae Adams. These are guys that I'm fine with. I don't want to take Burden. I don't think he's proven enough for me to use this draft capital on him. But I could take Jameson Williams as well. But the thing is, I could also start looking at some of these other running backs. Judkins is gone, so it's my pick. We're going to focus on, I think, another receiver right here. And who do we got? Jalen Waddle. It's going to be questionable what he does in Denver, but I mean, Bo Nix is going to be throwing to somebody, and he's excellent. McLaurin with the injury year didn't do what we all expected from him. Burden, I don't believe in yet. Devontae Adams, Jameson Williams. Yeah, I'm going to take Waddle. Let's take Waddle and the idea that he is going to have some improved numbers out in Denver. So, and we're making up for that bye issue. Look at there. We've only still got the two guys on the same bye week. And we can look at a running back on our next one. Because we've got Tootin and Bucky Irving, Trevion Henderson, who... Man, I might believe in Trevion Henderson right here, too. Last year had 188 points total for this season. He's got no news for him this year. Okay. Bucky Irving last season had 123 points, but if you remember, he was a little bit hurt. Got the rookie in Seattle, Ramondre Stevenson as the backup, Jaylen Warren. There's no reason to take him that early. So I think I'm going to draft Trevion Henderson right here, fellas. The bye week is a good one. I don't have any week 11 buys yet, so this works out good. Boom, our first bench player is Trevion Henderson. Now, Henderson, I might believe in more than Scatabo on some weeks. It's going to be a player situation. Who is he matched up against? All right, that is round 6. Coming up, round 7. Okay, back to me now. Ramondre Stevenson just went, as well as Jameson Williams and DJ Moore, Roma Dunes as well. The guy coming up here, Diamond Dog, does not yet have a quarterback. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draft Caleb Williams because he might be taking a quarterback in this round. Maybe Burrow or Herbert. Well, okay, he took Prescott. And that works out fine for his team, I'm sure. Dak Prescott puts up some points, my friends. And what do I do with my next pick is the question. It could be any position. There's nothing that I'm ruling out. I could take a tight end. I like Fannin. You're not going to catch me drafting Kyle Pitts. He had a great year last year, and nobody knows how. What on earth happened? Where did he come from? 6 years of getting burned by him, and all of a sudden, I'm going to put up points again. Parker Washington was an interesting player last year. About 58 receptions, got him 847 yards and 5 touchdowns. That's pretty impressive on 58 receptions. Brian Thomas was a disappointment last year. Harrison has been a disappointment over and over. I don't want to take a second quarterback right here. Sam Laporta is here. I'm a Detroit homer. You know me. Don't want a second quarterback. Could take Fannin. Could take Laporta. I don't know that I want Rico Dowdle. I mean, he's not really that good, fellas, right? Okay, so let's back up. And I think we're going to take our first instance of Laporta for this year. We'll grab us. I mean, Tony Pollard is also another option. Okay, last season he put up decent, serviceable numbers. But I have I've got 3 running backs and 3 wide receivers. I think I'm going to go ahead and take Laporta right here. That shores up a very good tight end, guys. Last season he didn't really get to play. He only had 40 catches for 489 and 3 touchdowns. But I mean, he was hurt, a herniated disc, and he's had surgery in the off season, and apparently he's back to good health. So, maybe I'm taking a risk, but I'm going to take a second tight end later. And you might be surprised who is left later in the draft, guys. We're only in round 9 coming up. So, anyways, Washington and then Fannin went right after that. Back to us, fellas. All right, and Big Brain Cole's going to pick, and then I get to... I'm not 100% sure what direction I go with this, but I think you've heard of Michael Wilson. I may be interested in Wilson. I may take an early grab on him to make sure that I get him. There's no running backs that are saying, if you don't take me, you're going to lose the season. But, Mason and Gainwell, what are we doing here, fellas? Crosby, Merritt, maybe Rodriguez, I don't know. We're in a situation on the running backs, though, aren't we? So, since all these other guys, Downs might not be a bad pick either. But I really liked what Michael Wilson did last year, and he really could improve on that this year. So I'm gonna see if that happens. So that gives me 4 wide receivers. I might stop on the wide receivers. I'm gonna have to look for what will I need at running back. I've got another pick coming up here in just a second. And unless there's a running back that's going to go quick, I mean, Monanji, he's got a soft tissue injury, so he's going to be hard to believe in. R.J. Harvey might take over once J.K. Dobbins gets injured, which is likely to happen. But I need to get Tracy later in case of an injury to Cam Scatterbo. Okay, that's just one that has to happen. It's too early to take him right now. Under the tight ends... there's still like a Dallas Goedert under, we did wide receivers, running backs, tight ends. I like to have a backup quarterback, and who's still here but Jackson Dart. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Jackson Dart as my backup quarterback to Caleb Williams. So I got some guys that are going to be able to get some rushing yards and get those kind of points for me, but I still need to get Tyrone Tracy later on. All right. See you in 13. My pick, fellas. Excuse me. All right, because I want Tyrone Tracy, and I need to find a defense, and I'm this is round 11, and next will be 12. Got it? So if I was using a round 12 pick on the defense, that would be fine. I'm going to use that pick right now. And I'm going to take the Seahawks. And then on the next pick, I will take Tyrone Tracy. Look, I know a lot of folks tell me, wait till round 14 or 15 for a defense. Yeah, I agree with you on a lot of that. But I know what my next picks are going to be. Tyrone Tracy is not someone that I need to go after in the 11th round. I can take him in the 12th. I might be able to take him in the 13th, but I have to guarantee that I have him. Because Scatterbo, he could get hurt. He plays like a wild man. Him and Jackson Dart, those two are going to have some, if they don't change their game style, they could have some very injury-shortened careers. Okay, so I got Tracy. So I've got the backup in case of an injury. I'm covered in the bye week with Henderson. I'm covered on the wide receiver bye weeks with, Michael Wilson still has that same, but, we've got Waddle right here. I have to grab a receiver who doesn't have a week 14 bye. How did I manage that? Gosh dang it. I didn't look at Wilson's bye week. Okay, that's on me. That's a rookie mistake, fellas, but week 14 is so far away. So far away. I mean, my God, that's forever. Anyways, see you back. 11 picks. All right, so now I'm going to grab my backup tight end. And guys, I'm going to go ahead and take Ferguson from Dallas. And you guys are going to be all like, wow, is this guy in love with Dallas? You got their entire receiving threat. And, well, I don't like Dallas at all, which is weird. Why do I have so many Cowboys? All right, so it's my pick again, and this time I am after a kicker. All right, so it won't be Dicker. He's gone. I guess I could take Little or Myers. I'll take Myers because, he had a great season last year. I believe that would happen again. And that gives me one more bench position to fill in with whoever I see fit. I don't know who that's going to be. Wide receivers, it's nothing that's like pressing. Oh, Romeo Doubs. I like Romeo Doubs. He's not going to be spectacular, but as far as a, guy to fill in, he's going to have good weeks here and there. Wan'Dale Robinson, wow. He had an interesting season last year with a lot of points. Was that was due to injury, right? Anyways, okay. And Wan'Dale Robinson, Rashid Shaheed. All right, there's people here. So we got one more position. I'll probably make it a wide receiver and see you back in 13 picks. Guess it's my turn. That's weird because this thing up top, because it can't count any further. But anyways, Romeo Doubs is still sitting here, and I'm looking at taking Doubs because you got to take a chance on somebody at the end. So, boom, Romeo Doubs. Welcome to the team. You're now a Random City sports baller, bro. And with the last pick, Diamond Dog is going to take Mr. Irrelevant is going to be... he's got 45 seconds left to think of. Oh, he took somebody. We don't know who. And anyways, let's take a look over here at our team. We've got Caleb Williams, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Jonathan Taylor, Cam Skattebo, Sam Laporta, Jalen Waddle, Myers, kicker from Seattle, and Seahawks defense. Well, I guess in week 11 I'll figure something out. Trevion Henderson, Michael Wilson, Jackson Dart at the beginning of the bench. Then Tracy is to cover for Skattebo. Ferguson, why not just have all of the Dallas guys, and then Romeo Doubs. Guys, this Jackson Dart one, man, that could be an amazing one, although I still have a great quarterback. I mean, I might have two excellent quarterbacks, but if anything, I'm keeping Dart off someone else's team. Anyhow, this is a pretty good team again, fellas. I'm pretty happy with it, but you're going to be tempted to click on standings. Don't click on standings. Don't do this. Don't look at it. This does you no good. This tells you nothing. Nothing. All right, fellas. Thanks for tuning in.